1971, the Soviet Union. A few things come to mind, perhaps Gorbachev's perestroika, or even the Cold War itself, but arcade cabinets? Right, to tell the whole story, we need to go a little west. For this segment, I'll let my more western friend take charge in this one.
Jeremiah was a bullfrog, was a good friend of mine.
Yeehaw, partners! Welcome to these United States of America. Yep, that's right, Hanover, New Hampshire. Here Steve Russell was born. After attending Dartmouth College for 4 years, he joined the Tech Model Railroad Club, first organized in November of 1946 by the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. He and his colleagues eventually developed Space War, the first digital video game in the world, as you obviously do with your nerd friends, and this marked a new age of video gaming. In November of 1971, Atari launches Computer Space, a derivative of Space War, becoming not only the first arcade cabinet but also the first commercially available video game. Soon, more and more arcades became a thing through popularization, and soon about 180 variants of them made their way to the World Amusement and Gaming Exhibition in Moscow.
The World Amusement and Gaming Exhibition, or Attraction 71, brought many Western cabinets both from USA and Japan to Moscow. The imperialist West may have been bad, but the games they made were a hit among the Soviet people. After the exhibition, it was estimated the arcades gathered 71,000 rubles. And mind, the ruble was worth something back then. After the expo, all the arcades were bought by the USSR. The Ministry of Culture of the USSR commissioned the creation and production to the Union Soyuz Attraction, which distributed orders between 22 classified defense factories. Soon the first Soviet arcades appeared, most of which were copycats of now old American ones. The Western arcades were made with most modern microchips and plastic, which was subsidized for much widely available scraps of metal left from tanks and other old machinery. The engineers copying the Western arcades often took part in the creation of the Soviet counterparts, which was an irrational decision. Many parts had to be remade entirely. Instead of using one modern processor, engineers had to assemble a complex circuit that could replace it. A lot of aspects of the games were replaced with Soviet counterparts, mostly folklore characters and normal jobs, like a taxi driver. Another interesting theme with most of them is that all of them seem to try to be very functional. Aim games, a submarine torpedo arcade, or a quiz about road signs, all of them were made with the intention of being useful in one way or another. Maybe to conscript boys into the army, or just improve the memory of the citizens. But still, all of them were great fun for the Soviet people. In this segment of video, I'll list the most popular ones throughout the years, with a general description of them. Морской, Sea Battle, by far the most popular arcade, being a straight copy of Periscope, a game released all the way in 1966 by Sega. The core gameplay is simple. Use the periscope of the submarine to aim and shoot ships passing from left to right on the horizon. Of course, there is a catch. The torpedoes have a slight delay before they hit the target, so time your shots well. Although most of them were copycats, still there were a few exclusive arcades, like Gorodki, adaptation of a street game of the same name. The gameplay is simple, aim a spinning stick at small patterns to knock parts of them out. This was not only an exclusive arcade, but also a very popular one. Another interesting attraction is Repka, or Turnip in English. Based on a folktale of the same name, it's a strength measuring game. Instead of punching a bag, you'd pull on a handle, which represents the turnip. And as you would have guessed, yes, in the folktale the characters try to pull out a turnip. By far the most wide category are the light rifle arcades, Sniper 1, Sniper 2, Winter Hunt and Lucky Shot being the most popular ones by far, all use the same light rifle principle, later on utilized by the Odyssey console and Nintendo for the NES Zap Gun. It works like this. All targets have a light inside them. When the rifle is pointed at them and the trigger is pushed, a photocell will activate and count it as a shot. Zond, the Soviet counterpart to the popular claw game, but here instead of just a claw, it's a small spaceship. Nothing much you can say about this one, but hey, it looks nice. Another honorable mention and staple of Soviet culture, well, at least here, is the soda dispensing machine. Although not an arcade, it appeared around the same time as the cabinets, and often associated. This was a machine dispensing carbonated water, with or without syrup. It went through many variations throughout the years, eventually declining in popularity with the fall of the Soviet Union. The last version lost the iconic faced glass, replaced with a cup. Look at this thing. It's on a chain too. Pathetic. Even though the cabinets were quite advanced by the Soviet standards, they still were 10 years behind the American ones. You know, Paperboy came out in 1985. Yeah, the Soviet arcades were not doing good. Eventually, with the dissolution of the Soviet Union and the rise of slot machines, the arcades were now populating dump yards instead of movie theaters. And well, as all old things, they slowly disappeared. So, in conclusion, I hope you liked the video. If you like more of the same essay-style gaming videos, subscribe and check out my video on sandboxes.
See you sometime within the next millennia.